Hey, welcome to Easy Computer Fixes, and today we're going to talk about computer security and especially how to keep your computer safe and avoid getting viruses actually. So what are the steps that you can make to make your computer safe on the web? It's not that complicated, but it requires a strict way of working with computers. And actually, what I notice as a tech guy is that people are rather sloppy in their computer use, and a lot of them don't do the required maintenance to prevent viruses. The other problem is that you're the number one security on your computer. Before any antivirus, before anything can happen on your computer, you are the one who will decide if you will have a virus or not. Basically, you are the one that's really participating in that virus or not scam or problem. By the way you go on the web, by what you search for, by the websites you visit. It is a fact, game searching and porn is the two biggest virus prone problems, followed by illegal downloads of movies, music, and software. But before everything happens, before all of that, before you try anything, there are a few things you have to do to keep your computer to its maximum safety. First of all, make sure all the updates of your computer are done. Now, there are several types of updates. There's the Windows updates. Windows updates are the ones that hopefully you see from time to time when you turn off your computer. It's going to say installing updates 1 of 5 or 1 of 10 or whatever. But typically Microsoft will issue updates for viruses on the second Tuesday of each month. So you should have in that week following the second Tuesday a few to several updates installed on your computer. If you aren't sure if your computer is really having updates, simply go into your start menu and look for Windows updates. So you can type update in the little box there and click Windows Update. So search for Windows Update. That's the first thing that you'll need to try for. Here, I'll take out this window because I want to show you. And it's going to tell you a certain amount of updates that it needs to install. In my case, it says that I have a lot of important updates and I should install them. So this is the first thing. When you have that information, just click Install Updates and let it do what it needs to do. Microsoft updates are divided into two types of updates: the important updates and the optional updates. Usually the optional updates are mostly for features in Windows 8 that can be changed or added. I never do the optional updates unless I really need something that's not available in Windows that is in my optional updates, like keyboard languages and stuff like that. What you need to really check is the important updates, and you need to check for that. And it's very important. So if it doesn't say anything, there's also the little check for updates on the left side of the screen. Of course, you can also go on the web, and in your browser on the web, you can actually Google Windows Update, and it's going to bring you to the Microsoft site. So if you type Windows Update, and you'll see the first link of Microsoft Windows Update. There it's going to ask you to install an ActiveX feature, and in this case, if you're in Windows Vista 7 or 8, it's going to pop up your own Windows Update feature. If you're in Windows XP still, you should have a Windows Update feature that can be installed. And so it also tells you here, start all programs and click Windows Update. to check for updates. So make sure that all of these updates are installed, and if there are some important updates, do them all. And when you restart the computer, because after updates it's going to want to restart, go again in the Windows Update and check until it says no updates available in the important updates. So that's the first thing. And make sure that if you go into your control panel and that you go into the security part of your control panel, that updates are automatic. So make sure that everything seems right in your security center in your computer. So there's also the fact that your Windows Update is available here in the control panel. That is interesting. Another way to know, by the way, that your updates and all the ones that are installed, you can go on the left side and click View Update History when you're in your updates. And if you're on your Windows Updates, you can also click Change Settings, which will tell you when updates are installed. So it says here, check for updates. Let me choose whether to download and install them. But you can, and I recommend this, install updates automatically. This is the best way to keep your computer safe. Second of all, if you have, and we all do, because if you go on the web, you need Adobe Flash, you need Adobe Reader, you might have Java. These are all software that need updates. So if you see a pop-up like this one, Flash has an update, click the install and let it run. Keep in mind, be careful, don't ever update from a website. If you see a little window that says, hey, your Flash player is old, you need to update, don't update from there. Go directly to adobe.com and update from their website, because there's a big scam virus problem happening with that. It's that you're on a website, there's a little pop-up that says, hey, your Flash player is old, click here. Don't do that. Go directly to adobe.com and update it from there. Never from a website. So keep your Adobe Flash player and Adobe Reader updated. If you use Java, if you need Java, update it also when it asks you for it. If you don't need Java or you don't know what Java is, I recommend that you just totally uninstall Java and that you never install that on a computer. It's been really a big problem with viruses lately because there are some faults in the Java piece of software, and you really need to keep up to date with it. If you don't know if your software is up to date, you've never seen a little window telling you is it up to date, well, go to the Adobe website, adobe.com, and there simply click on the window that appears. You'll see on the bottom right there's Adobe Flash Player and Adobe Reader. Click there, install them, and you'll know that you'll have the latest version. It's gonna ask you, do you want to update automatically? Say yes. That's okay. If you use Java, you don't know if you have the latest version, go on the java.com website and install the free Java download. Install it from there directly. You know you'll have the latest version once you've downloaded and installed that. So this is for the updates. Java, Adobe Flash, Adobe Reader, Windows updates are important. What else can you do? Get yourself a good antivirus software. There are free software, there are paid software. If you aren't the kind that's going all over the web, the free software is often enough to actually have your computer running. So one example is this one, the Microsoft Security Essentials Antivirus. This is a good one if you want a free version of an antivirus software, a good that works well. Security Essentials, you can go get AVG free. There's a new 2014 version now. You can go and get Avast, which is not bad at all. These are all free ones. If you really want to be secure though, I recommend that you buy an antivirus software. Actually, one of the best around that I like a lot, NOD32, NOD32. You can of course install McAfee or Norton or Kaspersky. These are all okay. I find Norton and McAfee to be kind of bloated. They install too much features and too many things. Though Norton has really improved in the past weeks, months, and years, because it started out in the I believe is the 2006 or 2007 version when they started really bloating their software a lot, and so I don't like much of Norton or McAfee, but they are good for what they do. If you try to install an antivirus software, free or paid, and it doesn't want to install, there's a possibility that you're already infected with something. That is the common problem. A lot of people say, oh, I tried to install McAfee, it's no good, it doesn't install, it makes errors, well, that's bad software. Well, people don't understand one thing, is that 90% of the time when you can't install an antivirus software, it's because you're already infected, and the viruses will try to break the install of the antivirus because it doesn't want to be detected. So that's what you got to know. You know, there's, I would say, in the antivirus install problems, there's only 1 or 2% that are actual problems in Windows. 95% or more are really because you're infected with something, or that you were infected and it changed some of the properties of your computer that prevents antivirus from being installed. The next thing that you can do is with yourself, what you do on the web. Try to go to known websites. Don't click email attachments from people you don't know and that did not tell you. One of the things that I try to tell my clients is, if you send an email attachment to a friend, please write in the message, hey, I'm sending you this file in email, because most of the time when people receive email attachments that are viruses, these messages are sent without the knowledge of the user itself. So what it does is it puts this link, or it puts this attachment, but it doesn't say nothing. You just see it there. And one of the problems by receiving attachments from friends or family is that, you know, your protection is kind of down, because you say, oh, it's my brother, oh, it's my best friend. And a lot of people tend to over-evaluate how good people are with computers. I hear so often people say, oh, but it can't be a virus from my friend, he's so good with the computers. I can say that when someone says this or this person or this girl or this guy is very good in computers, they're actually really bad. But they're good because they're a little better than the person itself, or sometimes they're not really better, but they're just, they give, you know, one quick tip and, well, the other person says, wow, it works, wow, you're good with computers. Sometimes they're not really better than you are. So be careful with that. And I personally dislike email attachments and think that instead of attachments, we should all use things like Dropbox and share stuff with Dropbox, or share them through services where you can, well, like Google Drive or the SkyDrive from your Hotmail. Just share with these instead of going through email. On the web, try to avoid the pitfalls that are really easy. 90% of everyone that's been infected that I see and at work have done something wrong. They've clicked on something they didn't know what it was and they said, yes, please install. They ran into fake stuff that looks real and they decided to click on it. Lots of pages of fake antivirus use that scan feature. They pretend that you're scanning your computer, but they're not. It's just a fake window that's trying to do something, and it's going to tell you, well, you got 2,000 problems. Click here, I'm going to fix it. Well, you're done. These are all fake stuff. Another thing that you try to avoid, don't follow what everybody does. You know, I hear all the time, well, everybody does it. That's not a good reasoning. Downloading illegal music, downloading illegal movies, software, basically you are stealing. This is theft. You are really stealing. And even though it doesn't look like stealing like at a store, it is stealing. And the thing is, these websites are extremely good in sending out viruses. And a lot of the clients that I've actually removed viruses use these features of downloading all over the web. And of course, be careful at what you read, what you see. Look at everything. Think with your head. That's a big problem for a lot of people. They just don't pause for a second and reflect on, is that real or not? If you already have that reflex of thinking, is it real? You already halfway there to prevent an infection and to prevent problems. So these are all the little tips and tricks that you can use to avoid. And to give you an idea of how you can be safe online, the PC that you're watching right there is a 5-year-old Toshiba. And believe it or not, in 5 years of use, I've never caught a virus on this machine. And for a simple reason. I was careful what I would do on the web, and I would not click and download everything that I see. I would not do illegal stuff. And keep in mind that having a virus is not that easy actually. People will say, oh, it's Windows, there's always viruses in Windows. No, not really. Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8 are as safe as a Mac. And don't think that your Mac friends are safe, because viruses on the Mac do exist. And it is totally wrong to think that Mac computers are safer. They're not safer. It's just that nobody attacks them. That's the difference. If we would be the other way around, 90% Macs and 10% PCs, you'd see that the Mac world would be really would be talking about viruses all the time. In PCs, we would say, oh, Windows is great, no viruses. It's just a question of numbers and nothing else. It's not safer on a Mac. It is only because there are less Macs, there are less viruses for Macs, and that's it. Only a question of numbers. So hope this computer virus security stuff helps you learn a little more on how to stay safe and be careful. So make sure that you apply all the tips, have all the updates, have an antivirus, and that you're careful online. And you should pretty much stay safe and have a good, interesting use of your computer instead of paying a tech guy to clean up your computer every now and then. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe to our channel. If you have any comments, questions, maybe you have a problem of some sort with your computer, you will try to have an answer, let us know. We'll try to answer any questions possible. it's possible I can't answer your question because of if I can't see your computer, it's not always possible to know exactly what's happening. And hope that you'll come back to the Easy Computer Fixes channel. Bye bye.